Hey, Phil Munsey here with Monday Pulpit. I want to talk about sin. You know, there's a lot of controversy, and as pastors, we feel this tension of, man, do I preach against sin? And do I preach against it enough? And there's so many sins. It's like, wow, it can be intimidating and also disturbing. And I'm fresh off of observing something. As you know, serving Pastor Joe for 14 years, and Joe is reaching millions of people that do not connect with church. They do not connect with Christian books. They do not connect with Christian television. And he's connecting, and today I started articulating the idea that we don't need to preach against sin. We need to preach for and help people deal with the pain of sin. In other words, once we acknowledge that sin brings pain, it brings hurt, and we address and, as it were, we attack the pain, the hurt. The Bible says it this way: the wages of sin is death. So imagine if you cut off the wages of sin. You have absolutely broken down and really had your most effective approach in breaking the power of sin off of people's lives. So instead of just thinking about, man, I need to preach about adultery and sexual immorality, and oh man, there's so much sin in the world. Man, I could do a series and preach 4 hours every week. It's not effective. People know that they're sinners. What's effective that I'm observing is that when you address the pain that these things cause, now you are dealing with not just the symptom, but you're dealing with the very source that people are hurting. I want you to consider that. One last thing about sin that I think is also helpful for us to understand, that the real definition of sin is all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So from the broadest standpoint, sin is missing the mark. It's living a life below the calling and the honor that God has given us. So that's one approach. And then to deal with the pain that sin causes in people's lives, brings them into you, gives you the ability to help them. It's no wonder Jesus said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, He's anointed me to preach against the oppression, the brokenness, the pain of sin. When you offer a solution for the pain of sin, you have attacked sin in its most powerful way of doing it. I hope you'll think about that, and that'll be a part of all of us reaching out for more and bigger and greater things that God's doing in our lives. I'll see you next Monday.